Welcome back, Maths Legends. Today we're going to look at bias in surveys and we're going to see how they don't accurately represent the population.
So guys, today we're looking at bias in surveys. Now bias just means that it's one person's viewpoint rather than maybe an overall or a neutral viewpoint. It means they're trying to manipulate the data or manipulate what they're doing to get the results that they want to get. Now there's lots of ways that people can actually do this, and below you can see those different ways that people manipulate surveys or manipulate data to make sure they get the outcome that they're looking for. One might be the location where they do their survey. So obviously if they're asking something like which is the best city, if they do it in Melbourne and they ask is Melbourne the best city in Australia, of course they're going to get the right answer. The timing that they do it, so asking people like at a certain time of the year what is their favourite sport. Obviously if they're doing it in cricket season it might be cricket, and if they're doing it in football season it might be football. The sample size, now sample size is just another way of saying how many people have been surveyed. So obviously if you don't survey too many people, you may find that if you survey the right people that you'd get the right response. Now, also you can look at their age or their gender, so how old people are or whether they're a male or a female, and obviously their beliefs too. So the beliefs mean things like that if you're going to be surveying, whether or not teachers at St. Lawrence's College are excellent, if you ask teachers in particular, they're probably going to say yes. The example given here is nurses were surveyed to find out if more government funds should be spent to improve hospital. Well, if you're going to survey nurses, their belief is always going to be that they need more money. Now, I've got a couple of examples here that I want to try. This one here I'm going to do all together, and then the one after that I'm going to get you guys to have a go of. The survey question is: on a late Friday night, 5 teenagers at a skate park were surveyed about whether a 9 p.m. curfew should be introduced for all school-aged children. Now, we're going to have a look at the location, the timing, the sample space, the age, the gender, and the beliefs, and see whether or not we believe that bias has been used. So if we have a look at the location, now, we're talking about school-aged children. So if we think about location, where do they do it? At a skate park. Who's going to be at the skate park? Well, probably just school-aged children. So let's go tick. That's definitely bias. If we look at the timing, 9 p.m. Now, most people, and I know my son, he's in bed by 7 o'clock. So if anybody's up after 7 o'clock, they probably don't want a curfew, or they probably don't have a curfew. So this probably is their timing is poor. The sample space, well, there's only 5 teenagers. Have we really got a good cross-section of teenagers? No, we don't. So sample size is definitely biased. We've got age. They're teenagers. Well, we're talking about school-aged children. Well, most teenagers are school-aged children, so the age, definitely. The gender. Well, I'm probably going to say that gender doesn't matter here because we don't know whether they're male or they're female, so I'm going to leave gender out. And I'm going to tick beliefs because we know that if we are talking to teenagers who are school-aged, that their belief is always going to be that they could stay up later. So we have 5 out of our 6 has a bias reflection on this survey. Okay, here's one for you to try now. A group of 5 boys from SLC were surveyed after school about what is the best movie showing at Cineplex at South Bank. Now let's think about it. Cineplex at South Bank. Now, we know that the location is probably biased because SLC is right next to Cineplex at South Bank. So we know that that is biased with its location. Its timing. They only asked people after school. So we know that the people that they're going to probably survey will be just students because it's just after school. The sample size of 5, so we know that that's not enough people to really get a good reflection of what people think. Age, well, they're all school-aged, so we have to tick that one because there's no adults asked, or there's no younger students asked, or younger kids asked. Gender, only boys, so we wouldn't get any reflection from the female community. Beliefs, I don't think that there's anything there of bias about beliefs, however. Look, guys, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment box below. More than happy to get back to you and answer them, or bring them to class ready for our masterclasses.